Hi guys, and welcome to the first instalment of Slinky TV. It's Saturday, February the 4th, and the date of Slinky's first event of 2012, Superheroes of Slinky. Now, as you can probably tell from my attire, it's a little bit cold, but we won't let that deter us. Tonight's show is scheduled to sell out. We've got Lisa Lash's Judge Jules and Fergie playing in the main room alongside myself and my fellow resident Dav Gomrass. It's just coming up to 2:45 in the afternoon. I've been at the venue for a few hours already setting up, so let's go and check it out. So here we are in the main room, where obviously it's going to be going off tonight. We've already set up the rings, whatever you call them. Trapeze artists, I think is the right term. We have them for the first time at Slinky in many years, so that should be great. And of course, the DJ box where all the DJs are going to be performing later on tonight.
Hi, I'm Zia, and this is Christine, and we're from Poles Apart. And basically we're here tonight to perform some aerial hoop at Slinky. We've been doing this for a little while now, but this is our first time at the O2 Academy. Hopefully it's going to go well. Are you excited, Christine?
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's locked in, isn't it? Yeah. That's why they're not connecting, because that one's not connected.
This one's not having it.
Brilliant. Network connection's fucked.
Yeah, we've got a slight problem.
Are they not
CDJ 2000s. Rather than using the CDs, you can play off the USB like a memory stick. With these CDJs, they are linked, so you put one memory stick in there, and basically you can play music off one memory stick. The problem that we have is that the connection back here is knackered.
Thing is, priority, do you know anyone's got a CDJ 2000 in
Ask
Has he?
whether they're... Well, I know he's got
Can you ring him right now? Because the CDJ 2000 is fucked.
It's coming in at 7:30.
Oh, cool.
Oh, you have done it?
Yeah, I managed to get one, yeah. So, yeah, we managed to sort the CDJ. So that's panic over for that. So I've booked a table at Urban Beach for 7. So, slight problem, weather is obviously very, very bad, so Lisa can't make it, which is obviously a bummer, but she's going to play for us on Halloween instead. So what we're going to do is Lee Osborne's going to play the warm-up, and Dav will play second in place of Lisa. Okay, see you in a bit.
Hey, Lee. Let's go.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Action.
You're going to turn it on then? So shall I keep it there, yeah? Yeah, keep it there so I'll whack it right at the other end. Leave it there, yeah?
Backstage at Slinky, we're here with Lee Haslam, the runner of all things Slinky Nights at the Opera House. Lee, you're a bit of a Slinky veteran, like a lot of the DJs playing tonight. When was the first time you came down here?
I think the first time I played at Slinky was probably about 97.
And how have things changed?
From a clubber's perspective, you know, obviously the music's changed quite dramatically and people have moved on and done different things. Obviously Fergie is a prime example of that, you know. I mean, me and Fergie have been very good friends since like 97 when I started at Tidy. We were having a conversation earlier about the fact that, you know, obviously when we both started in our careers, we were obviously both playing hard house, and obviously now he's doing techno and he's moving to the US. You know, the scene evolves so much, and I think in the last couple of years as well, you know, the scene has diversified so much that now the younger crowd are into more like dubstep and things like that. So, you know, we're up against it, but at the end of the day, we do events, you know, 3 or 4 times a year. We put the best possible lineups that we can on. You know, Slinky's a global brand, and that's what we have to think about, because it's not just the UK scene that we have to cater for. You know, moving forward, obviously it's our 15th birthday. We've got Paul Oakenfold, John O'Callaghan, we've got Marcus Schosso. You know, obviously John and Marcus are DJs that have really progressed over the last few years. Paul, household name, you know, you can't really find any bigger name for that. So, you know, that lineup for me really encapsulates what Slinky's all about, and that's the ethics that we're going to carry on, you know, moving forward.
Backstage at Superheroes of Slinky now with Dav Gomrass, long-standing Slinky resident. Dav, is it Dave or Dav?
It's whatever you want.
And why is it Dav rather than Dave?
Well, it's just because originally I've been DJing for years and years and years, and my mates were like, well, you're not really Dave, are you? And I said, well, what am I then? I went, you're Dav. I went, okay, yeah, that's my DJ name.
And wasn't there a situation where you had to play for longer because someone didn't turn up?
I've had to do that a couple of times. Tonight's a classic example. I mean, Lisa was meant to come, she couldn't make it down. Lee Osborne ended up doing a warm-up. I did the second set. Lisa's actually been late previously, and I've had to cover her. The very first time I actually played, Daniel Bailey was on. Daniel Bailey was ill, had the lurgy. Scott Bond was late, so I had to play in between Daniel Bailey and Scott Bond. Scott Bond being one of my most favourite DJs at the time, I was just like, whoa, I'm actually about to play before my idol.
Judge Jules has just come off. Jules, how was your set?
It was great, but I tell you what, it's really difficult to do an interview immediately when you come off the decks, because you're just kind of calming down. There's a lot of adrenaline. I don't want to get all scientific, but the adrenaline kind of builds up in your body, and you need to just calm down for 5 minutes. But you've grabbed me straight away. I had an amazing time.
Can you remember your first year at Slinky, your first time at Slinky?
No, to be honest, because I played here at the Opera House. There was a bit of a deja vu thing, I suppose, but no, I couldn't tell you the first time, but there were so many great experiences.
And what's next for Judge Jules? You've been producing a lot in the past. Have you got any big productions on the line?
I actually play probably more of my own new productions this week. than I've played at Slinky in a long time. So I've got loads and loads of new stuff, and it's a really receptive crowd. But not just about being a receptive crowd. I really wonder how producers who aren't DJs manage to make records without the ability to kind of road test them before an audience. And tonight I must have played sort of 6 or 7 of my productions, and I've got loads and loads of new tunes, and hopefully people will like at least 1 or 2 of them.
Dubstep's taking quite a kind of spotlight at the moment. Do you think there's kind of a trance merge with dubstep that might take the limelight soon?
I think there are plenty of trance records with some dubstep in them, but ironically, the point at which dubstep is the buzzword in everybody's voice is the point at which the scenesters have kind of moved on to something else, and ironically, the same scenesters in London who kind of made dubstep what it is are talking about UK garage again, which is kind of weird. You know, if something makes my rib cage kind of rumble on the dance floor, then it's good as far as I'm concerned, and both those do that, and so does trance. Inevitably, the nature of any form of art is that people are kind of looking for the next thing, and ironically, I think dubstep is not yesterday's news, but at a mainstream level, but it is yesterday's news at a scenester level.
Well, thanks very much for talking to us, Judge Jules, Mr. Jules. What do you like to be called, actually, out of interest, on a sort of name basis?
Anything you like.
Dave?
As long as you got a nice smile.
Like, I don't have.
That sounds really gay, man, doesn't it?
Fergie, about to go on. How are you feeling about your set tonight, mate?
Yep, waiting for my superhero powers to kick in.
You played here, how many years ago was it now?
I haven't played here since 2004, I think. But I played here late 90s, I think. Yeah, early 2000. Listen, them days were a very big blur for me, like.
We gather you're taking it back a few steps. How's it changed between what you're playing now generally and what you played back then?
Well, I'm going to be playing the stuff that I did play back then. But sort of 2000, that's when I changed my sound. I stopped playing hard house, everybody knows. And I found myself being heading down the more techno route. So that's what I've been doing. So this year I decided to go back and do some of these old gigs. The gigs that I said I would never do, but I am doing them. Yeah.
And you said you played Slinky in 2004, you said it was the last time you played it, and how has it changed since back then when you started in 2004?
That room is a special place, you know what I mean? It would take somebody really shit to not really absorb the atmosphere, do you know what I mean? It's always been a great crowd. I think, you know, once you're behind the decks, you know, and you're just looking at all the crazy fucking ravers, like, you just go on a mission, like.
You may have heard in the press recently that Simon Cowell's talking about doing this whole sort of pop idol, pop DJ thing. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's going to take off?
We live in a time when young people are very interested in DJing and electronic music. Anything that involves DJing or electronic music for the grassroots up, I think is good. I don't know what the concept would be for the show. Personally, I'd be interested to see, you know what I mean? Because nowadays DJing's changed quite a lot. You know, a lot of people are using computers and stuff. So I would wonder how that would transfer in the TV program.
People now are saying that the DJs are the new rock stars. Would you agree with that?
I think they used to be. You know, you look at Sasha and stuff like that, and Jeremy Healy, and I mean, they were the pin-ups, do you know what I mean? And then it sort of died down a bit, and I think it's got back to, you know, young people really idolising DJs again.
Speaking of DJing for a while and DJs sort of being the new rock stars, rumour has it that Mariah Carey has someone in her dressing room to dispose of chewing gum and give out hand towels and stuff. What is the most opulent request you've ever had as a rider or in your dressing room ever?
Most extravagant. Yeah.
He used to DJ Trade, mate.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, read into that what you want, mate.
Some DJs, you see them on sort of flyers and stuff doing these like 6 or 7 hour, 8 hour sets. What's the longest set you've ever done?
6 hours.
And where was that?
God's Kitchen.
Was that back in the hard house days, or was it some more current techno days?
That was when I didn't really know what I was doing days. I was in a sort of transition period of playing absolutely everything.
And did you take the government recommended allowance of, you know, like 20-minute break every 5 hours, or whatever it is?
I did. Out there was called a smoke break.
So what do you do when you do that? Just put on a long mix, or just get someone to do it for you?
I just see whoever's on the DJ booth, like, just, all right, son, you carry on there.
Where's the most obscure place you've DJ'd?
Do you know what? I was in England in a fucking swimming pool. And it was the most annoying thing I've ever done in my life. Listen, you get people coming up to you in a club saying, all right, mate, you front and play this tune, play that tune. See when you're in a swimming pool, like, and they're all dripping over you and all that sort. Honestly, a swimming pool. You ever DJ'd in a swimming pool? It was a nightmare.
That one wasn't trade?
Wasn't trade, no. That was a different kind of pool, like.
I'm guessing, as you know, as a DJ that travels around, DJs, you get interviewed quite a lot. Is there any question you've ever wanted to be asked that you've never been asked?
They've never asked me if I want a drink.
Do you want a drink?
Yeah.
Do you want a drink?
Yeah, that we do.
So, can you get us a drink?
What do you want?
Bavaria.
Please?
Non-alcohol.
Hard House fans, Fergie's a bit of a kind of an icon name. How does it feel occasionally to, you know, when you Google your name, obviously you struggle slightly because you've got a Black Eyed Peas singer to now compete with in the more recent years. Is that a pain in the ass?
Funny, Nick. No, it's very. I actually do think it's funny because I tell you what, I got a booking request at the start of January for 3 gigs in India. We were going along with it, blah blah blah, until the promoter came back and the question was, well, you know, how long is she going to sing for? What's that all about?
Is that the first time that's happened?
No, it's not the first time it's happened. It's the most recent time it's happened. But yeah, you know, there's too many Fergies here now.
And how are things going for the Eccentric label?
Really well. I mean, obviously I had the album out, which done really well. It won award for best album there. So yeah, I mean, you know, we're just keeping along with that.
One of the biggest superheroes of Slinky that we've ever seen, probably.
Ever.
Fergie.
Ever. The biggest superhero ever. Is that still recording?
Yeah.
Keep her lights.